Okay, I just needed to quickly rant about this movie. Just watched it today. I got it from the library. They have a thing where you can buy used DVDs for 50 cents, so money goes to the library, not too bad. I regret spending 50 cents because it is here on YouTube, free with ads, so if you feel like torturing yourself, there you go. Also, this rant will contain spoilers. Be warned. Um, the one nice thing about the movie, it has the lady from Goldeneye. Not the. I can't remember her name. It's Eliza, or her real name's Eliza something, but I can't remember her name in Goldeneye. I think it's like Natalia. The one who's like friends with James Bond, not the one who's trying to kill him in the weird ways. Anyways, she is in this movie, and she is fully clothed the whole dang movie. She's not like objectified in any way. She is there doing a job, and she is wearing the same clothes as everyone else doing that job. I know it's a little detailed, but it's rare for movies of this era and earlier. Obviously, it's rare sometimes now. Let's be honest. Also, her hair, reasonable hairstyle. It's just in a ponytail. It's not one of those obviously very high maintenance hairstyles. So I know it's the little things that sometimes irk me, but they got that right here. That's about it. It did have a. I believe at this time he was going by Alexander Siddig. The actor who plays Dr. Bashir on Deep Space Nine, he is in this. He is the only non-white person in there. So of course he dies. He also had very minimal lines. Um, he would also later die with minimal lines in Game of Thrones, but that's its own rant. Um, but yeah, he's just like in a room, and the dragon just comes and torches him. I think the man had less than 15 lines the whole movie. He died like halfway in, so. But yeah. So aside from that issue of why you guys always have to kill Dr. Bashir, why? Um, the dragons are just stupid. So they all have holes in their wings. Because I guess the filmmakers wanted it to look like they had fought each other and whatever, but like it would they're dragons, they're heavy ass creatures that would compromise your flight ability having all these holes in it. Just saying. Um Also, the main dumb thing that I couldn't contain and was why I came here. Matthew McConaughey shows up and he's like, "Oh, we gotta kill the bull. Like all these other dragons we've all seen are female, so we have to take out this one male that's in London," and gets a bunch of heavy ass artillery to drive to London. But basically, he thinks if the one male is dead, that will solve the whole issue. And in the movie takes place in 2020. So that's kind of fun. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So he insists they just have if they can kill the one male that will solve the whole issue, because then they won't be able to have the next generation of dragons. the dragons in the movie, modern people have only known that basically they weren't a myth for like 10, 12 years. So how do you know that they aren't going to do something like the clownfish? So, in case you didn't know, clownfish all start their lives as males, but when they grow older and bigger, they eventually become female. And if they're in a, little area where the female has biggest female has died, the next biggest clownfish will switch genders. It will turn from male to female so they can keep the population going. Did y'all really not know about clownfish after Finding Nemo was made? Come on. At least I think this was after. Either way, we've known about clownfish for a while. Yeah, Finding Nemo hits a little different once you learn that fact. It's its own thing. Oh, and they also tried to say that it was the dragons that took out the dinosaurs, not the asteroid. And it's like, oh, and there's a montage at the beginning where it shows like dragons and different artwork from centuries, and they were like, oh, it's a warning from the past. Meanwhile, they show like Asian dragons, and Asian dragons aren't destructive like European dragons. They are like they're protector mythological creatures, not destroyers like Western ones are. So it's like, could you guys also not look up what the symbols you show actually represent? Just saying. Yeah. There is a moment I do enjoy in this movie where they do reenact Star Wars. They reenact a scene from Empire Strikes Back because they don't have movies anymore, and I'm like, you guys have electricity, though. You could get a DVD player working. You could watch your own movie. No, you could watch Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, and then they just stop after Luke gets his hand chopped off, and then the kids are like, do Lion King, and I'm like, you're not even done with Star Wars. What the heck? Also, apparently one of the kids in this little orphanage went on to play Joffrey. So, in Game of Thrones. So, there you go. Useless trivia about a movie I didn't care for. But if you want to watch it, here on YouTube. Enjoy. Happy viewing. I just needed to rant.